Hey guys, Dion here with Your Guitar Academy. So, this lesson we're going to kick off our 12/8 blues solo with the first little segment. So this is in the style of Joe Bonamassa if he was playing over one of these kind of mid-tempo 12/8 blues. And he's quite heavily influenced by the greats such as people like Albert King. So there's a lot of kind of big bends here that are really, typical of this sound. So pick up your guitar and let's get going. Just joined us, don't forget to head over to the website for all the additional materials, including tab, backing tracks, chord charts, and anything else to go with this course. Also, if you're enjoying the course, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button underneath the video, and let us know in the comments how you're getting on. Okay, so let's talk about this first small segment of this solo. So I'm going to play it for you first, and then I'm going to dive into exactly what's going on. So it sounds something like this. So, as you can see from the off, one thing that's really important here is how much space there is between the phrases. So you can hear, you kind of play something, leave a nice gap, play something else, another gap, and then you round off the phrase. So, let's talk shapes and positions and exactly what's going on here. So the first chord we have is a G7 chord. So that's our tonic chord, we're in the key of G. So there, I'm thinking of that position 4. Okay, you can kind of think it as E minor pentatonic position 4. But because we're playing over G chord, the tonality is G major pentatonic. So again, not to get too deep in the theory, but E minor is the relative minor of G major. So that's why when we play this shape over this particular chord, we get that major tonality. So that's the first section. So we slide with our second finger from 7 to 9 on the G string. And then you want to hit the 8th fret of the B string twice. Okay, and then, so what we've done there is a real cool like blues subtlety. So, and then give that note a wiggle and then hammer on to the 10th fret of B and bend that up a tone. Okay, so that's our first section, and again, that's very major sounding. So now, after that, we have another little segment when we switch to that 4 chord, which is the C dominant 7, or a C9 in this case. So this part goes. Okay, so what's happening here? I've now switched to that kind of minor tonality. So there's a few minor pentatonic tonalities, should I say, for this 4 chord. So you can either look at this in a couple of ways. You can look at it as position 3 of G minor pentatonic. Or you can look at it as you're using that classic B.B. King blues box, as people call it. That sort of shape. So the notes there, 9 on G, 8, 10, 11 on B, 8, 10 on E. So you can kind of, the first part we've done that. And then with the 4th finger, you want to, well, in fact, maybe even your 3rd. Yeah, come to think of it, I would use my 3rd there. So you want to hit that 11th fret of B, and then you're up on the high E string on 8 and 10, and you want to keep that quite staccato. Okay, then we have a really quick little pull off from fret 9 to 8 on the high E string. Okay, that's a really cool bluesism. So that's a pull off, and then 11, 8, 8 on B. So let me just play that part a little bit slower. So. Okay, so that again, it's over that C dominant 7th chord. So you have that real kind of minor pentatonic sound. Let me just give you a quick little demo. So it sounds something like this. Once again. And you can afford to be really lazy with the timing. Okay, so to finish that first segment, we're then back in that kind of major tonality because we go back to the tonic, okay? So we're back to those first couple of notes. So that's fret 9 on G, 8 on B, and then a double tone bend on fret 10, like so. So let me just try that now with a little chord loop. Okay, so I'm going to loop the two chords and try that little phrase together. Okay, here we go. So let it come round once. So from the top. And then the second part. Once more, you can hear how we're shifting from that major to sort of minor tonality once again. And again, breathing space, lots of room. And there we go. So that's this first little segment of this solo. Okay, so following on from that, to round off this first segment, we have this other little tiny fragment here that sounds something like this. Okay, so this is kind of highlighting the sound of that G chord again, that tonic, okay? So the notes here, we're kind of imagining ourselves still in those two positions, okay? But the notes are 12 of D, sliding really quickly down to the 10th fret, and then pull off to 8, hammer on to 9. So once again, that fragment, okay? And then I pick the G up here on the B string, that's fret number 8, like so. And you really kind of, that brings you back to that kind of major tonality to bring you back to that G chord. So once again, I'm just going to play through the whole phrase. 3, 4, then 2, 3. And there we go. That's the whole part of the first segment of this solo. Thanks so much for watching this course. If you're enjoying, please don't forget to let us know in the comments section. If you want to move on to the next section of the course, click here. And if you want to start from the beginning, click here.